you guys? Give me 1 second. I gotta go live on TikTok too. I gotta change this from morning chat to chatting and crafting. Okay, I'll forget the Royce and David part because we don't have time for that. How are you guys doing this evening? Hola, hola. I am sorry I didn't get text reminder out tonight. I'm fired. I'm a hot mess, y'all.
Turn your microphone on.
Oh, turn it on. That might be helpful. Yeah, if it wasn't for my husband, I would just be completely lost tonight. I mean, I'm just regular lost, but I would be like completely lost if it wasn't for David. Thank you, baby. He's like, I didn't volunteer for it, but let me see. I don't see any comments yet. That's weird. I've been connected for a few minutes. Hey, TikTok, how are you guys doing? We're going to be crafting tonight. I have 3 projects. We'll see what happens, though, whether or not I make it through all of them.
Oh, I didn't even hear me.
Oh, do you see me?
I see you. I just didn't hear.
Oh,
Now I hear you.
okay. I don't see any
Okay.
comments. It's making me sad. Oh, hey, Beth. I saw one comment now. Now I'm happy. That's all it took. I did not clean my area from last Sunday, you guys. So I still have a gold table.
All right.
I guess
I'm
I could-
soft, but I'm there.
How come you're
There we
soft?
go. Okay, that's weird. I turned me up.
Oh, okay. I should just turn my thing over, huh? And see if that... Well, we're going to see if I can make it look a little better. Good evening. We're going to be crafting, you guys. We're upcycling junk tonight. That is my goal. Junque junk, right? Not like JUNK junk.
Do you see this?
What is that?
Isaac has, well, it's nothing apparently.
I know. It was your screensaver. So I'm like, see what?
Gosh, I'm trying to turn it to see so you could see.
Oh. Isaac Himes, number 24, straight
Straight
A's.
A's.
Nice.
Our nephew.
Yes.
He's not playing. And you know it's killing him.
I know, but he got straight A's. Happy Sunday, you guys. Oh, I'm going to take one breather real quick, you guys, because I've been running around. So I'm going to tell you a secret about me. We'll see if it's a secret. I don't know. But my energy level is very cyclical. And I have like a 1 week out of the month where I am like an Energizer bunny. And I've been in Energizer bunny mode for like 5 days now, I think.
Well, how much can I spill?
You cannot spill.
I gotta spill.
No, you can't spill
There's
that.
some stuff I'm gonna spill.
No.
Yes.
You cannot spill
This is
what I've been doing.
You'll be no, not about what you're doing.
Oh, okay. It's a secret. It's top secret, you guys.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna about that. That's business.
I've been super busy though. So today I was like
No, what I was gonna spill
hyper focused. Yeah.
is like all creatives.
Yes.
You go through a patch of doubt
Yes.
and frustration
Yes.
and block to a small degree.
It was a big degree this time.
I'm just saying that was
Yes.
this week. So you're
Oh,
saying
no,
it
not
is
this week.
energy.
Yeah.
It was nothing that you haven't experienced before.
I know. That's what I said. It's cyclical.
But it wasn't I'm full of energy. It was I'm full of self-doubt and I can't get this focused, and that's how the week started.
Yeah.
So
It's like the last 4 days though.
the last few days you've been on a creative tear.
I have been.
So
I didn't even take a nap yesterday, you guys. I had an opportunity to sleep with the grandbaby.
yeah.
But I just could not because my mind
you
will not
spent
rest.
the whole day creating
I
with
know.
the grandbaby home.
I know.
Other than giving him a bath.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yes. You guys, I'm a grandma now, so when the baby poops, he got to take a bath. You got to get in the tub because, Anyways, Good evening, you guys.
So before we begin, can I do this? I say this every time. Please, if you're on Facebook, share it.
Yes, please and thank you.
Make a comment. Hit any of the emojis. We don't care which one you hit. It's okay.
Yeah.
You just do it at random. Close your eyes. Pick one.
If you guys are on TikTok, if you could share, that would be wonderful.
And if you're on YouTube, comment, please, subscribe,
Yes.
and hit the notifications. I just realized my notifications were off.
Oh.
So I went in, and if you've had an update on your tablet or your phone,
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a massive update for our iPhones too. So
was there? Mine was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I realized my notifications were off, so I had to go in and turn them back on. And
Yes.
it does help. It just helps the channel. So we would really appreciate that.
Thank y'all. I look all pale today. Y'all know what? You guys ever like have something, whether it's like an article of clothing or something, and you're like, I wonder why I stopped using that. Yeah, that was me with my moisturizer. It's a sunscreen, and it like makes my face pale. And now I remember why I stopped using it. I need to give that away or something.
Did a text go out?
No, I did not send a text out, you guys. I am a hot mess. I want to welcome y'all to the Hot Mess Express tonight because I am a hot mess. I've been hyper focused on another project all day. And so I was working on getting ready for the live throughout the day, but my like mental and emotional energy was really married to what I was doing. So I am not as prepared as I usually am tonight.
I got a couple people saying that we're not showing on Facebook. They're saying this on YouTube. I'm on Facebook and I see us.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe
refresh.
Refresh your browser. Excuse me. Refresh your browser. Am I on Roycycled?
I didn't. It just came up right away.
No, I know, babe, but I could be on my personal page. I think I'm on Roycycled.
No, Recycle Treasures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have priors, babe.
But now I cut off all the comments that were there first by going back out. They don't refresh with them there. So if you could all comment again.
Just say, hey, how you doing?
And there's a reason to comment again.
Yes.
Tell them.
Oh, yes, because we're going to be doing drawings tonight. I have like a whole pile of what's the word I'm looking
Mr.
for?
Bossy today, aren't I?
You are, bossy pants. I have a whole pile of unclaimed prizes in my mailroom, and you know, it's the beginning of the year, so I'm cleaning out. So I have stuff from past lives that people won, but they never contacted me with their address. So let's see. I don't even know what's in these, you guys.
Somebody said you look cold. That was one of the comments.
I have a
lost.
sweater on because it's cold.
Yeah, it's. We've had some of your intel out there saying that it's snowing south of town.
It is. I saw Belinda posted that it was snowing. Now, okay, for y'all who live in the snow, it's a flurrying here. It's not really snowing, but to us, it's snowing.
Not to all of us.
To me, okay. I have a little clipboard here and decoupage paper. So I'm curious, guys. I don't even know what's in these packages.
You're folding that one piece. Be careful.
Oh, okay. This was from June when we were doing the layering. We had 7 or 8 videos that we did about layering decoupage paper.
Like a mini course, but it was live.
I think I'm gonna ask Brenda if she'll clean those up for me so I can post them as like concise videos.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, we have prizes. I'll open them as we do. Ooh, this one's nice. This must have been from a course because let me look at the name on this one.
Susan Glazer says Facebook is off sync from YouTube. It always is.
Oh, yeah.
It always is. I watch both. And
this one is tools. I bet you this looks like it was probably from my texture class. I did a texture master class, and this looks like it would have been, because these are all tools for texture or adding texture. And then there's a sheet of decoupage paper. So, anyways, I have all these unclaimed prizes, you guys. And so we're going to be raffling. Should we do one early? Let's do one early.
Do one right now?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do one for the early birds.
All right, where do you want to go? Facebook or YouTube?
Either one.
You pick.
And you guys, we're on Facebook and YouTube too, because it's a little easier to watch over there. Oh, you want me to pick?
Yeah, pick.
Let's do YouTube.
YouTube. All right, I'm just gonna.
So this envelope has some texturizing tools. These are really cool, you guys. They have little rubber heads on them. And so it's almost like to push your cuticle back, but there's different points. Super cool to work. And then this is just a spatula, although I usually buy cake spatulas because they're cheaper than the art spatulas. And then this is a silicone. It's a silicone spatula, but these make really good paint stirrers, and they're reusable. And then there's a sheet of Rooster decoupage paper in here. So,
all right, I'm going to close my eyes and go 1, 2, 3. And our winner on YouTube is Kathleen Hoovis.
Kathleen Hoovis. Okay. I'm going to write it down. Oh, Lord. Maybe I'm going to write it down. Okay.
What'd she win?
I'm going to write it on the inside of this so it'll be covered up when we package it. Kathleen Hoovis. Kathleen, please, please, please message me on Facebook. Oh, that was YouTube, huh?
That was, yes, YouTube.
You can, I think, Kathleen, you're on either one, whichever's easier for you. You can email me at contact us, all one word, at roycycle.com, or message me on Facebook so that I can get this out to you. Okay, so I'm going to give that to you, babe. I'm going to put those over there, the ones that are already...
Well, I'm just putting a comment.
Okay, I'm going to put it right here.
All right, that's good.
Okay, I guess we should get to work.
All right.
It's already 12 after.
How many prizes do we have?
Oh, Lord. I have 1, 2,
You have
3,
more?
4, 5 more.
5 more.
I
Okay.
have 5 more prizes left.
All right. So Kathleen Hoovis. All right, there you go. All right, you want to say hello to everybody?
Yeah, let's say hello really quickly.
All right, on YouTube we got Flea Brown, Handy and Honey, Joni Campbell, Redeemed, Vicky Moore, Under One Umbrella Designs. Did I say Deborah Allen? I don't think I did. Hi, Deborah Allen. Robin Pappas, Susan Glazer, Phyllis Donley, Debbie Anderson, Tabby Maybe, Sandra Mata, Doris R., Farm Fresh Designs 59. And then on the YouTube, on the Facebooks, again, I lost all the early ones.
Yeah,
Double
sorry
checking.
guys. So if you commented earlier, be sure and comment again so we can include you in the drawing.
Yes.
On Facebook specifically, right? Not on YouTube?
Yeah. Emily Burr, Holly Tuttle, Teresa K. Underhill, Jan Kilborn. Facebook notified me. Pam Wasson,
Oh, good.
watching from New Harmony, Indiana. Liz Boyle, Rita Burnett Laws, Christy Feldman, Bonnie McClay is there again, Ken and Flea, Christy Feldman, Pamela Culp, Adair, Gwen Hatcher, Michelle Doherty. Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis says, now I see you. Denise Rodriguez, Janelle Go,
Wait.
Ann Minahan, Jean Higginbotham, Catherine Schmidt, Robin Keener from PNW. Prince. No, what is PNW?
My broadcast is having an issue. Oh, Heavenly Father, please.
You look okay on here.
It's probably a delay because I just kind of learned. I asked it to recover the broadcast, but I still see bars. Through my
Gotcha.
light up there.
Walls and Moore became a grandma 3 months ago.
Congratulations.
Melinda.
And then Catherine retired. Don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
It's on Facebook.
I'm curious what PEI is Prince Edward Island. I don't know what PNW is. Melinda Penberthy.
I'm back now. Oh, thank you, Jan.
Muriel Marquis from Vancouver Island. I hope I said that right. Bonnie McClay Buchanan. Donna Laura Bass Bonin. Janet Taylor Borgers. Fearlessly Unique by Simone. Got lots of snow in Massachusetts.
I think we might, the wind was pretty bad earlier. I'm hoping that our transmission is not interrupted, but I wouldn't be completely surprised.
Yeah, it's been raining today, the snow.
We're not used to weather, y'all.
Yeah.
Nothing is set up for real weather here.
So you want to just jump in?
Yeah, let's jump in. So you guys, I have 3 projects in front of me. We see what we actually get through. One is this green, I guess I should put you guys down so you can see. One is this green, I think it's a toolbox. I don't think it's a tackle box because it doesn't have enough compartments. This green toolbox, which I have prepped by scrubbing really clean. Not that it doesn't look like it because I didn't get rid of the rust. And
Payson got
used
6 inches of snow.
Oh wow.
Gene Higginbotham says that.
Where?
Payson.
Payson? Not surprised. They're way up there.
Yeah, they're in a higher elevation than us, but
I
6
wonder what
inches is a lot for
Flagstaff
them.
is like. I know. Flagstaff is probably got hammered.
Yeah.
And I sealed it with matte clear spray paint. And so that way all of the rust and anything is like sealed behind this product, and I can move forward and do whatever I want to do. If I were going to keep this for myself, I would just leave the inside the way it is. I don't care, but this could be a really good storage option for like small art supplies, right? Especially if you have a small space where you create. This would allow you to put your things away, and then you could pull them back out when you get ready to use them. And it's a super pretty green, like an old school green color, and it has like rusty bits. So I want you guys to help me decide what to do on this one.
Everybody wants you to go that toolbox first, so.
Okay, I know, right? This is gonna be a fun project. I have 2 choices for paper on this one. I want you guys to help me decide. So I have the industrial masterboard, which I thought would be perfect for this project. And I can decoupage. I'm going to leave the top. I'm just going to decoupage the bottom. If I use the industrial masterboard, I'm going to leave this edge with all the rusty goodness, and I'm only going to decoupage the center portion. And you guys can see why I chose this one, right? Like that green is like beautiful. The tones match almost perfectly. And I have another choice, which is the exact opposite of this one. Or I can go with the, I think this one is a vintage wallpaper. I have 2 of these. They're just scaled differently. And I thought this one would be beautiful too. If I do this one, I'm going to decoupage it all the way to the bottom and actually cover up that rustiness. And so this will go all the way around the bottom. So you guys can help me choose. You guys can vote while we discuss the other projects. So this is project number 1. The reason why I chose these specific projects is because I often get questions about what you can decoupage. So tonight we have a metal project, a wood project, and a plastic project. I don't know if I'm gonna get them all done, but we're gonna focus on trying to get the metal one done first.
Well, we'll do that. That'll be either all tonight or tonight and next week.
Yes. Oh yeah, this will be for the next 2 lives. Very good.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is one of my wacky upcycles, you guys. This is just a drawer front. We had a dresser. My friends often leave furniture in my yard because they know I like to upcycle and repurpose. This specific desk was a beautiful piece, but it was really, really damaged, and we just couldn't save it. Structurally, it was gone. And so we just broke it down, and I have all of these pieces that I'm going to use. So this is the front of one of the drawers. And I'm going to make it into like a little art piece or like a little picture stand. What'd I do with my clip? I knew I was going to forget something. So my plan is to take this I have this rusty, ¿cómo se dice? What is this? Hinge. It's actually frozen, and I've sprayed this one with the clear spray paint, but it's perfect to hold my drawer.
Hinged. Can I just, for everybody that wonders,
yes.
I'm not having a stroke or anything. I was yawning.
But it'll hold it up perfectly like this, right? So I was going to put that on there. And then I have a vintage clip that I cannot put my hands on now. Did I stick it in my pocket? Let me see. I did not. I hope I didn't drop it outside. I'm going to be mad. I bought like a whole bag of vintage clips at the thrift store, and I'm super happy. And I was going to just put a vintage clip on the top of here, and then I can clip whatever picture I want to put on here. But I do want to paint and decoupage this. So for this one, I want to use the winter masterboard. And I'm using this one because inside of a lot of the groups, I'm hearing a lot of people ask questions about how do you transition from like Christmas decor to winter decor. And when I made this year's holiday designs, I was really thoughtful about creating designs that would be appropriate for the entire winter, not just for Christmas. And so I want to use this one on this project. And if we have Roycycled retailers who are on and watching tonight, if you guys will please, please, please put your links where customers can find the papers, because Most of the messages that I filled most days is where do I find the paper. This is also another hinge, you guys, and so I was gonna use this one, but I think I like the bigger one better. But these are really cool, and I also sometimes just clip my ephemera to these and just sit them around my house. So that's the wood project, is this one. And then this container is left over from my protein powder. And so I think I'm gonna start with, we'll see what happens. And so this is plastic. So you can absolutely decoupage plastic. There are some considerations and we'll talk about those.
All right, you ready for the voting?
Sure. I can.
All right, let's see.
Really quickly, let me say this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, babe. I'm going to start by roughing the surface up on this one. When you're decoupaging clear plastic, the main concern or the problem that people run into is adhesion, right? Because the plastic is really smooth. So there's two things you can do. You can rough up your surface with a sanding pad and use primer as your base coat, and then you shouldn't have any issues with adhesion. Okay, go ahead, babe.
All right, so on YouTube, Susan Glazer says industrial suits you better. Lisa St. Clair says number one. That was industrial, right? Mm-hmm. Vicki Moore, industrial. Celestine Clark, industrial. Patty Hogan, redeemed. Country Girl, Grandma, and Doris R. say industrial. Sun Llama says the flowers. All right, that's on YouTube.
Okay.
Then on Facebook, we'll scroll back a little bit. Colleen Reinhardt, floral. Lynette Nelson Myers, industrial. Shaz Conabier, masterboard. Nancy Griffin, masterboard. Jan Kilborn, masterboard. Teresa K. Underhill, floral. Janet Taylor Borgers likes the vintage wallpaper.
That's the floral.
Okay. Wendy Kramer says masterboard. Alyssa Bricker Visithin causes nothing but problems. She says I like both. Ann Minahan says masterboard. Melissa Natarak, I hope I pronounced that right. I love industrial masterboard, but I think the vintage wallpaper would be sweet on that toolbox. Yeah. See, she's thinking about end result.
I think that it'll probably sell quicker with the roses, right?
Yeah. Felice says masterboard. Roxanne says masterboard. Mary Casey says, will the rustiness show through the paper? Good question.
It won't, because we're going to actually paint it before we decoupage. So we're going to paint right over that. I don't have to worry about my rust bleeding through the paint because I already sprayed it with the clear spray paint.
Donna Laura Bass Bonin, floral. Bonnie McClay Buchanan, masterboard. Diane Fanning likes the first. Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis, it's a hard choice. I love the rusty part. Would like to keep it, but like the floral paper better.
Maybe we'll keep the rusty and use the floral. I don't know.
Floral and rusty, I don't see it, but that's just me.
We can do leather and lace. You know, country girls are complicated, baby. They like rustic and pretty.
Jan Kilborn says next week when she watches, she'll be newly married.
Ooh, congratulations, Jan.
Yeah. Therese Vitrino says, how do we get notified when we go live on Facebook?
You know what? Set up for alerts, and you know what? You can set up to receive text too. Baby, will you give them the phone number? It's over there on that thing. Can you see it?
All right.
Which I did not send out a text alert today. I'm sorry. I meant to, but I didn't realize till after I had my phone already connected to my software. You guys, I have way too many phones around here. They're just cameras at this point, but I forgot to charge my other phone, so I had to use my phone as my TikTok camera. Okay, so I'm using light gray because I don't have any white primer. I'm fired, but I think this will be fine with the paper that I want to use on this, which I didn't show you guys. So the paper that I want to use, oh man, did I not bring it? I knew I was going to forget something. I didn't bring the paper. I have my ticking paper here, which you guys know is my favorite, and I can use a transfer over the top, but I had grabbed one of my grain sack papers to use on here. So we'll see. I might try to find that because the grain sack has more of a gray background. So I think that'll actually work better. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And I'm not going to use the primer on the others. Regular paint will work. I just want to make sure with the plastic that I'm not going to have any issues. But since you guys want to make sure that we get to the, although I kind of have to make a decision before I paint this. So are we compromising and just leaving the rusty and using the roses? Is that what we're doing?
Most people want industrial.
Most people want industrial. Okay. So I'm going to tape off this bottom part, you guys, so I have a nice clean line. And then we'll paint the bottom half of this. One thing I do want to talk about is this. I'm not sure if this is acrylic based or oil based, but if it's in a spray can, it does have, the word just left me.
Rabies.
No, the product that like dissolves or keeps something liquid that's a solid.
Oh, that's veal.
Okay. There is a chemical in here, right, that keeps it liquid. I know I cannot, the word left me as soon as I said it. And that will, over time, affect your transfers because your transfers are petroleum based as well, right? Because they're vinyl, which is a plastic. And so if I was going to use a transfer on this, because I've sprayed it with this, I would be sure and go over it with a water-based sealer before I put my transfers on there.
Solvent?
Thank you. Solvent.
Nope, that's Melissa Natarack.
Thank you, Melissa. Help me out. Yes, it has solvent in it. And so you don't want to use that and then put your transfers right on top of it because it can affect your transfers adhesion over time. Because it's going to dissolve anything that's petroleum-based or oil-based. So I'm just going to take this off. I know, Melissa, thank you for signing up for my membership. I am so excited. If you are a Roycycled Insider and you signed up for the wait list, or if you've taken a course already, you've already received your invitation to join the Roycycled membership. I have gotten some questions through the mail about the membership, so I kind of wanted to give some clarification about what the membership is.
Before you do, Shaz Conabera asks, have you picked your word for the year?
I have. It's glorious purpose. It's 2 words this year, Shaz. Speaking of which,
and last year's,
I actually finished my projects. Yeah, I actually finished my project, you guys. I don't have a ton of like indirect light in my office area. I realized that when I was trying to take this picture. Everything is like,
well, you're right in front of the window.
I know, but it's still, the light doesn't really, all of my light is specific. Like it points at my keyboard. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any light to just light up the whole space. So it looks all dark over there. But that was my piece from last week, and I put it back inside of my frame. So it's hanging back in my little office space. But glorious purpose is my phrase for the year, I guess, instead of just a word. So I guess the word is purpose, but.
All right, so the membership.
Yes, I am so excited. I was on the phone with my assistant, and she was laughing at me. She wanted to record me because I was just talking to her about how excited I am about it. I think that for a lot of us, we deny ourselves opportunities to learn certain things because we're like, well, I'm not an artist, so I don't need to know that. And I am not at all suggesting that I am going to teach you guys how to be artists because I am not like qualified to do that. But what I do know are there are some basic art principles that we can apply to what we do that will elevate what we do. And so I am super stoked to start the membership and for us to be able to do that from month to month. And my mind is weird. I see patterns, and I thought everybody's mind worked like this, but I guess not. I see patterns in everything, and my mind organizes information in a very specific way. And I think that's why the people who like my teaching style enjoy it so much. It's because I package information in a different way than maybe other people do. And so I've taken information that has been, I think, seen as being complicated and really repackaged it. And because I'm not an art teacher, we're going to be talking like regular people. So you guys won't have to worry about learning new terms and all that business. But we're still going to be learning and implementing. So the plan is to learn the thing and then to implement it right away with an exercise and then we're gonna hop on a Zoom call and do a project together. There'll be at least 2 Zoom calls every month, at least 2 videos every month, pre-recorded video. The first month there's actually going to be 3 pre-recorded videos because I had to teach you guys how to do something to do the project. Anyways, I'm excited. Can you tell?
So for the people that haven't heard, that have signed up for the wait list but haven't heard,
They should have if you're on the wait list, you should have received at least 1 email. We did send the email. The first email went out to the first 100 people, but the second email went out to everybody on the wait list. So if you're on the wait list, you should have received an email inviting you to sign up for the membership.
and when will that all start?
It'll start February is our goal for a start date. So it'll only be open to the end of January. And then my founding members, because you guys are founders, you guys actually get to have input on how it's structured. So if you guys come into the membership and you're like, Royce, this and this part is really nice, but maybe it's too much. Maybe we don't have time to do all that stuff. Or maybe if we structured it this way, it would be more beneficial. So my founding members get the benefit of a founding member price that you get to keep as long as you're in the membership. And you guys kind of get to help me build a membership that's perfect for you. So,
Liz, could you retype this because I'm confused by it. Do you know what you might do the membership group?
do you know when maybe?
Well, there's 2 mites in there. Do you know what? Oh, what night? I'm sorry.
Oh, what night?
You might do the membership
I don't
group.
know.
Thank you, Liz.
Oh, so there'll be several nights where we'll do the lives, and part of when will be you guys will have input, like which night will work. We'll do a poll to see which night will benefit everybody. And since we're doing 2 Zoom calls, I will try to do them at different times. So if there is someone who can't make it in the evenings, maybe one Zoom call is in the morning and one's in the evening. So I don't know. A lot of that stuff will be settled once we all get into the group. And we kind of see what works for the majority of the people. And if for some reason you can't make the Zoom call, it will be available on your dashboard. So you guys will have, those of you who've taken courses from me before, where if you've uploaded to VIP, you know that you guys have your dashboard where all your classes are. So the membership will be there on the dashboard. We will have a Facebook group though, just because I think it's easier for us to interact inside of the Facebook group. But really the majority of the things that we'll do will be on your dashboard. So even if you're not on Facebook, you'll still be able to participate in everything. Because even the Zoom calls, I don't think we're gonna put them inside the Facebook group. We're just gonna do like a webinar on the platform, and then the replay will be available on the platform for anybody who missed it.
I think that works the best. It's your platform.
Yes.
And some people like YouTube, some like Facebook, some like TikTok, some like, was it StreamYard?
Well, StreamYard is just a software, kind of like Switcher.
Oh, then there's one
Oh, baby, there's
that
so
gamers
many.
love.
Oh,
they
that's
stream.
Stitch. No,
Stitch.
Is
Is
it
that what
not
it is?
Stitch?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
yeah.
has their own thing.
There's so many different ones.
I think it's better just to have your own.
Yes.
All right, now, if you signed up, when do we hear about confirmation?
You should have gotten a confirmation email right away thanking you for signing up. Be sure and add Royce at Roycycled to your contacts so that the emails that come from me will actually go into your inbox and not into your junk mail, because we'll be disseminating a lot of information via email. But you should have received a confirmation right away. So if you haven't, check your junk mail. And if you didn't receive one for some reason, let me know. When you sign up, it's super important that you opt in to receive emails. So if you did not opt in to receive emails, it means that I can't email you. So that's another thing that happens sometimes. I think that we automatically say no because we don't want to receive junk mail. But if you sign up for a membership, you kind of want to hear from me so you know what's going on.
Yeah, Handy and Honey says she's on YouTube. She doesn't have Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's why I think its own platform is the way to go.
Yes. So everything will be there. And then there's a place to like host like como se dice. You guys remember back in the day when you had like a wall and you had, what were they called, baby? It was like group chats before Facebook.
A bulletin board.
Like a bulletin board, yeah. So there's a space on there for a bulletin board for us to post announcements, which you'll get via email as well. But we'll be able to post on there. So even if you're not in the Facebook group, you'll still get all of the announcements.
How do you sign up or get on the wait list?
If you're a Roycycled Insider, you would have received an email. If you're not a Roycycled Insider, oh man, do you have the link, baby? Oh, you can put hashtag Insider and you'll get a message. If you're on Facebook, you'll get a message that'll tell you how to sign up to be a Roycycled Insider. If you're on YouTube, I'll post it when we're done, the link to sign up to be an insider.
And Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara says,
Hey, Miss Mara.
where are the videos going to be?
The videos are going to be hosted on a platform. So I use a platform called Kajabi, which is where I have mine. But you can access them either on your computer or there's an app that you can use on your phone. And if you have an iPhone, you can actually project onto your TV, which is nice. You know, if you go on the app and you're watching the video, you can actually cast it onto your TV and watch it there. Can you guys see what I'm doing? This piece is big. I feel like my phone is really close.
Well, you're painting. I mean, you're putting down a primer.
I'm putting down a coat of paint, but I feel like, I guess it's because this piece is so much bigger and it's not flat. I probably could have, well, I didn't know what I was going to do though. I wasn't sure if I was going to paint the whole thing.
You zoomed in.
I zoomed back out though.
Not all the way.
Yeah.
You were out further before.
I wasn't. Really? I just pulled it, babe.
I believe you, but I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm holding the thing up like this. Before I was holding it like this.
All right. Okay.
So now it's this way, so I'm closer.
Okay.
I don't know how I thought I was going to get all three of these done. I always think I can do more than what I can actually do. And you would think by the time you were my age, which I have a birthday coming up, which I didn't remember until Dominique reminded me. My oldest likes to remind me of my birthdays, although his is right after. And my baby's birthday was today. Everybody's is really close except for, who's in June?
Christopher.
Christopher's in June by himself over there. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and let it dry.
Yeah, there's 3 of us in January, 3 in February, and 1 in June.
Mm-hmm. And this doesn't have to be perfect coverage, you guys. I'm just lightening it up so that the artwork on my paper will really show through. So I just did the one band. We're going to decoupage. We're going to leave the green on the top. And I still haven't decided what I want. I guess everybody voted for the industrial.
Most said industrial. A few said the floral might look good inside with the red.
Oh, Lord. I hate decoupaging inside of stuff. And hate is a strong word, but it is exactly how I feel. But it might be true. But I don't know. It will be a good contrast, though, to the... See that pop of red with the drawer is super cute. You guys, we're the only ones who would look at, like, a toolbox and say it's cute, right?
Roycycled@gmail.com.
To
contact you, I guess.
You can contact me at that email, but if you are on the insiders, it'll come from Royce@roycycle.com. Not the insiders. If you're in the
Oh, it's Shaz's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday. If you're a part of the membership, it'll come from Royce@roycycle.com. It'll come from me at Roycycled. You know, my business name is clever, but I didn't make things easy for myself. I should have named myself something like, I don't know.
GiveMeMoney.com.
No. I don't know, something.
That'll be mine then.
That'll be yours. I know David's going to start a YouTube channel, you guys. Oh, maybe not. I thought I talked you into it.
I'm still struggling with what to talk about.
Oh my gosh, baby, just turn the camera on.
Once I get down and I start getting guests, then I'm fine. And I know I can get guests. It's just the starting.
Now, I like to remind everyone that he has a talk show every single morning, and when nobody shows up,
I can talk, but I'm on a news talk radio station, so I can talk politics for 30 minutes and irritate most of my listeners, but that's fine because that's what my station is.
I know, but babe, you know all about comics and
I don't
stuff.
know all about comics, and I don't want to go on and regurgitate what other people have said.
It's not from your perspective. You guys, how many stories have you guys heard about comics? Just being here on lives with us.
Yolanda Padden-Jones, her birthday is this Friday.
Oh, happy birthday. We got all the Aquariuses in the house. Hey.
So DeMars is Monday. Our grandson is a week from this Monday, right? Yes, he's a week from this Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaz is all day alone in bed with COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She says this so English. God bless her. Rubbish birthday.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we watched Peppa Pig yesterday, and Grandma was making fun of my English accent.
I'm just saying, Peppa Pig's accent is like posh.
Yes, Peppa's a little posh, and I might have gone a little cockney.
And I think I'm going to have some bleeding on this one. So I may have to use some primer and let it sit. So I don't know if we're going to get to this one tonight. So let's not bother, because I'm already seeing some orange. So a lot of times we talk about priming. I haven't painted furniture in so long. I need to do that piece. It's all prepped and ready to go. When you're painting furniture, a lot of people will say you don't need to prime. You can just paint it. It's going to be wonderful. And chalk paint will stick to just about anything. And so adhesion may not be the issue. But if you're sending all the finish away from a piece, or if the current finish on there is not wonderful and there's still like access to the wood underneath that finish, chances are it's going to bleed. And so while the chalk paint will adhere to it, you may get like really ugly tannin marks on your piece. And I would hate for you guys to paint something beautiful and then you walk by like a week later and you got a big old orange splotchy mark. So this one's going to bleed. I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to end up having to prime this first before we can finish it. So we'll just set this one aside till next week, which is fine.
That air dryer is in your Amazon store, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Trisha Cassida said she couldn't find it.
I will go double check and make sure. I wonder if they took it out. If Amazon took it out. I will double check and make sure that it's in there. And I added, what did I add? Oh, I added this roll to my Amazon store too. You guys remember we talked about this silicone mat and it comes in a big old roll? It's my new favorite thing. Seriously. I'm going to dry this really quickly so we can move forward with so we can get at least one project done tonight.
Well, Chris Schmidt is turning 60 on the 30th. She's a baby.
Happy birthday. I am one more year, you guys. I can take free classes at our local junior college. I'm excited because they have like watercolor and a fab lab where I can go learn how to weld, all kinds of stuff.
Did I tell you Yolanda Padden-Jones' birthday is Friday?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. So happy birthday,
Happy
Yolanda.
birthday. You know, we should have a birthday party once a month. I think we should do that. We could have drawings and wish everybody a happy birthday. What do you think, babe?
Sure.
I think that sounds like a cool
You know what?
idea.
We should do a drawing right now, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah. Since I'm just drying with my boring dryer, we can do a drawing right now.
All right. So this one will be on Facebook. Let me close my eyes. And well, you know what? I'm not even going to close my eyes. Shaz, Conabeer.
Shaz Conabeer. I know.
Who's sick today.
So that way it won't be totally rubbish.
Yes.
I got paint where I didn't want it. I hate when I do that. Where are my alcohol wipes? Psst, 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 psst. Okay, so let me reach down and see what's in here. So this is one of our packages. Ooh, This one has some recycled swag in here. It is a really cool tote bag, which I hope Shaz likes. It's like a big one too. It's a big tote bag and then a piece of recycled decoupage paper. So make sure and message me. And I believe, Shaz, aren't you in the UK?
Yes.
I? Okay. So be sure and message me your address so I can get this out to you. And let me write your name down. Okay, can you spell Shaz's last name for me? Because I want to jack it up.
Connnabeer.
See? I mean, I knew it was Connabeer, but I wouldn't have spelled it right.
So it's her birthday and she's 6, so
she
gets the prize. One of the prizes.
I guess I should have. Well, I didn't know what I was going to do though. See, I told you guys I was going to be a hot mess. I remember when I first started doing lives. Sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, and there are times when I'm frustrated with my own progress, personally. Sometimes in my business, and I have to remind myself of how far I've come, because I remember being live in the living room with my lamp, and Mom snoring on the other side of the camera.
It's like 2:45 in the UK right now, isn't it, Shaz?
You should see his face. He's been contemplating this for a good 3 minutes.
It just dawned on me. This poor lady, happy birthday, and she's sick, and it's like the middle of the night.
Maybe she's up anyways because she doesn't feel good.
Because she's not feeling
and
good.
then she gets to at least hang out with
Boy,
us.
somebody really deserved a prize tonight.
I know. I'm just wiping off the paint, you guys. I got some on this little lip, and I don't want any there. So I'm going to wipe that off.
Shaz, when it's my birthday, you got to send me something.
You see how he is?
Action man. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my goodness.
That's all I'm saying.
So let me make sure this is dry, because if it's not, I'm going to get white on my paper, and I'm going to be mad. And I don't want to do that.
Nearly 2 a.m. I thought we were... Oh, that's right. We're 1 hour.
Yeah, because
We used to be 8. Now we're 7.
Okay. So with the time change.
Yeah.
Which always jacks me up.
That's right. So, hey, we got anybody in Brazil?
We used to have somebody from
know.
Brazil.
I'm looking for my connections.
Oh, Lord. What are you trying to get? Oh, yeah. I remember you were watching.
My G.I. Joe stuff. So I need somebody in France. And I need somebody in Brazil. I don't think the UK... I don't think they're doing any reissues in the UK right now for Action Man. Because I don't want anybody to like go crazy and buy vintage, because Dave ain't got $5,000 to reimburse you. But like a $25, €25.
You can do that.
I could swing that. I just have to do some extra yard work.
Oh my gosh.
Shovel the sidewalks of my neighbors for $5.
What are you gonna shovel? Dust?
That's how we used to make money.
Well, no, I understand, babe, but you guys had snow.
Yeah. When we were young, it was you got pop bottles. You found empty soda bottles.
Oh yeah, that's how we used to get snack money.
2 cents a bottle. Then when you were like 11, 12, 13, shovel sidewalks or mow the lawn during the summer.
We used to shake pecan trees, or I should say my brother did that stuff. I babysat.
Oh, Joan Volkman has a red metal toolbox she wants to upcycle into Santa's toolbox.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, fill it with carrots for the reindeer, made from wooden spindles or stuffed fabric. Add cookies for Santa. Boy, that would be wonderful for a little girl, wouldn't it?
It's probably for her decor.
That, or I'm just thinking as a gift for like a granddaughter or niece.
Yeah, that's true.
Angie Champagne, I'll pay you to shovel my driveway. Angie, are you in Buffalo? I think Angie's in New York, isn't she?
I hope New York got hit really hard last winter. I hope you guys don't have I guess parts of Buffalo got hit really hard last year.
Somebody was saying Massachusetts got 6 inches.
Is that weird?
I mean, no, they get snow. It's 6 inches of snow.
No, last year, remember Buffalo got hammered.
Buffalo got
It was
beat down last year.
Syracuse, she said.
Oh, okay. So upstate.
Isn't there a Syracuse, New Mexico?
Not that I'm aware of, but there might be.
Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I should have done this ahead of time. We're literally watching paint dry. It's no bueno.
Oh, Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. I remember seeing your sweet mama on your lives. I'm an OG.
I know, Mara. How's your mom doing? I always watch when you post pictures of her. She's such a pretty woman.
Kathy Hall will be 66 on the 13th.
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Flea asks, have you added a hook to your workbench to hang your heat tool?
I haven't. You know, it's funny, Flea. We were literally just talking about that before we went live. I was telling David, I need to put something on here so I can hang my heat tool.
And Sheila Teagan says snow is coming to Yakima, Washington.
Do you guys always get snow?
Celestine Todd, Royce, you were telling the story how you started in your living room. Can I ask, what was your determining factor to go live with your business?
For me, this was, what, 5 years ago?
Well,
Mom's
all right,
been
so
gone
we've been debating when we started dating. And even though you posted a memory, you still got the date wrong. Just saying.
Just saying.
So our first date was in 2014, which I didn't know was a date. Then our second real date was in 2014. Then our third date was New Year's Eve.
We had a real date in November because you asked me out at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Oh, okay.
the first one was lunch.
Yes.
That was in 14. The second one was a real
Okay.
date in 14. The third one was New Year's Eve.
Was that our third date?
That was our third date, and it flurried, and you were panicked when I was driving back.
Yes. Because it was snowing.
It was snowing. Nothing was sticking, but it was snowing.
I'm an Arizonan baby.
So we started dating in 15, and then we moved in together in 16.
Nope.
Yes.
It
Or was
wasn't
it 1 year
16.
before we got married?
17. Yeah.
Oh,
We waited
okay.
1 year before we got married. So
All right.
17.
So 17 is really when you started doing most of your lives. You had been doing
I
them
had been doing them sporadic, but by
Right.
17 I was doing like every Sunday.
consistent,
Yeah.
and your mom was convinced you were talking to her
Yes.
with every one of those.
Yes.
It was great.
But what made me decide to start going live was I wanted to build an audience, and I figured if I showed up and did tutorials, that people would watch and then they would follow me, and that's what happened. So that was my determining factor, was in order to grow an audience, I started going live, because otherwise people wouldn't know who I was. What do you guys think? I love this little bit right here, this little like flurry, and I think this one will be really cool here on the side. And I think I'll just do a whole new piece on the back. And I love the fact that these numbers are gonna make it onto the side, and that these two numbers are gonna make it onto here. So I am going to rub my hand like along this edge right here so I can score the paper. That way I'll know kind of where to trim, because I know it's going to end up here, but I can trim that after the fact.
Chaz Conover, no, not Chaz, excuse me, Angie Champagne. Her mom passed this week.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Angie.
Let's see.
I'm so sorry.
And Dawn Perry Headley just celebrated her birthday on the 4th.
Happy birthday.
Jane Neese, we're expecting 6 to 11 inches of snow here in Wisconsin on Tuesday. You like Fond du Lac, there'll be a lot of shoveling. I do like Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, the home of Jonathan Brandmeier, if I recall. And I have been to Fond du Lac many times. It's a great town.
I am going to fold this, you guys, so that my line will be straight, because otherwise it's going to be whopper jawed, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to fold it all the way across so I end up with a straight line to trim. Why do I feel like I don't have room tonight? I'm going to lift this camera up a little bit. I am just too close. Now you guys can see how much of a mess my table really is. It's because my project is bigger.
Susan on YouTube. Thank you, Joan. Remember everyone to hit the like or thumbs up button. Yes, please.
Thank you.
We do love that. Susan Steinberg Prentice. My son lives in Massachusetts. They got 12 inches where he's at.
Oh my God.
So I'm guessing probably away from the ocean, probably inland. And Joan, yes, the Packers won today. I watched the game.
I know David's been watching football all afternoon.
So, Patty Hogan, funny story. My husband worked as a maintainer at University of Massachusetts and could save the bottles and cans. We made enough to rent a house down in Virginia Beach. We did this for years. And Patty Hogan says they got 13 inches of snow with another system coming in Monday or Tuesday. Then Handy and Honey says Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. No snow. Just a few flakes.
Just a few flakes.
You just never know.
The weather is fickle.
Yep.
So I'm going to be using matte varnish for my decoupage tonight.
What beer came from Chippewa Falls? Was that Hamm's?
I'm assuming you're like asking a rhetorical question for yourself.
I'm asking everybody.
Okay. Because you're looking at me like you want me to answer.
Because there was a beer that came from the waters of Chippewa Falls.
Oh.
I think it was Hamm's.
Yo no sé.
Yeah, Melissa Nadarak. I have a vintage 70s canister set I'm planning on decoupaging.
Ooh.
Haven't decided on the paper yet, though.
Is it orange? Is it the orange one with the flowers and the brown lids? Sorry.
Shaz says everything stops in the UK when we get 1 inch of snow.
Oh.
It's weird. The UK is at a higher longitude is the one that goes east to west, right?
Sure.
Latitude is, I don't know, whichever one. They're further north on the earth than most of the United States, but because of the ocean, they don't get nearly the snow.
Oh, as we get here in the U.S.
So
So I'm just going to lay down like a starter, you guys, so my paper doesn't, so it doesn't tilt. Because like the only thing I hate about wrapping my decoupage is if you have your paper tilted at all, by the time you get to the other side, you'll have there'll be there'll be space on the top. And so I like to make sure that I'm good before that paper dries. Because otherwise I'll have like a white line like that, right? And I don't want that.
Handy and Honey Leinenkugels. Thank you. I knew there was a beer from Chippewa Falls. Thank you, Handy and Honey. Phyllis Donnelly, Steelers won today too. We at least have a chance. I love their coach. They've got one of the best coaches in the game.
Is that the one all the guys were talking about all day today?
Yeah, like is he going to go? Is he not? How do you?
Why did I think he's going to go?
Because there was a chance they weren't going to make the playoffs, and they've struggled for the last couple of years.
Oh, is that the one who set the?
But he's always got 10 wins. I mean, Mike Tomlin is a great coach.
Is that the one who's benched the player for? Okay.
No.
I thought maybe that's why he hadn't won, because he was waiting for his quarterback to mature.
Ann Minahan, Packers kicked my Seahawks out today. Well, your Seahawks took my Packers out of the playoffs a couple times, so I'm okay with it.
Nanner, nanner, nanner.
Yeah.
That's what I heard him say.
Yeah, Chris Schmidt, I believe you're correct. Hams. I could have sworn it was Hams.
Maybe it's both.
Maybe it was both. Leinenkugel is a Wisconsin beer.
Yeah.
You get a Leinie's.
A Leinie's?
That's what we used to call it. Melissa Nadarak says, nope, brown fake wood tin. That's her canisters.
For your canisters. I was just curious because, that brown and orange was a serious combo in the 70s, or the gold and brown, or the orange and brown. Now, when I'm laying down my top coat, you guys, I'm making sure not to get any place where I don't want my paper to stick, right? Just because I'm trying to be really accurate in this specific decoupage project.
Pamela McDowell says, go Lions, Browns, and Michigan Wolverines. It looks like the Packers are going to... No, they're going to Dallas, it looks like, for the first round of the playoffs, and the Rams are going to the Lions. So I'm hoping for the Lions.
So I have a question.
I really want the
colors
Cowboys to
did
lose.
the NFL turn the Super Bowl colors into?
Purple and... Was it purple and red? Basically, it was the Niners and the Ravens colors, which realistically are the teams that should get to the Super Bowl. They're the two best teams.
Yeah, but it just doesn't sit right with me, the fact that they've already chosen colors before.
But, I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Wasn't there an upset today or no? I was just listening, you guys, while I was at my computer all afternoon.
Not really, because the underdogs that won were playing teams that were resting players.
Oh, okay.
The closest to an upset was probably the Giants beating the Eagles. But the Eagles have been a mess for 6-8 weeks.
Is that the ones who didn't have a coach for a little while?
No. No, their coach is there. They've just
somebody didn't have a coach for a while.
They've really struggled all season. So
could you guys tell I halfway listen when he's watching games?
But yes, I agree with you on the AFC. I would love to see the Browns do it. I've said this before. Cleveland Browns fans are great fans.
You know what though? I will say, which game were you watching this afternoon?
I was watching the Packers. Oh, you talking before the Packers game?
Who was the loud crowd that
was the Packers game?
Yeah. They were loud.
Yeah. I told
you. I mean, you usually hear cheering, but it was like I was watching a football game, like a soccer game. Yeah. It was that kind of energy.
They're not as loud as Seattle or Kansas City. Those are the two loudest
I guess
stadiums.
They were different because they were like singing the songs and like.
Well, go Pack, go.
I don't know. It was a lot of energy.
It was. Well, it was a playoff game. Yeah, Browns stunk today, but I just want their fans to get something because they've got great fans, and they've been doormats for a long time.
Doormats?
They really have been. They've been among the worst teams in the league. And the 2 years they should have went to the Super Bowl, it came down to one play both times.
Oh.
Yeah, and was both the Broncos that knocked them out both times. So
DeRitter's team.
I would love to see the Packers play the Browns in the Super Bowl. Not going to happen, but I would love to see it.
And then we're going to wrap this around, and then I'm going to sand these edges. Actually, I won't get to sand them, maybe. And then we'll just start a whole nother piece on the back, but nobody will know.
Dom Hunt, acknowledge me.
That's my oldest, you guys.
That's easy, yeah.
Hello, Dominique.
Dom Hunt is watching.
You're supposed to say hi or something.
Angie asks, why aren't you misting this paper?
You know what, Angie? Because I just didn't. There is no reason. Because I'm thinking to myself, I should have. Because it would have made it a lot easier. I just didn't start doing it. And so once I start, if I'm not misting it from the beginning, I don't want to start misting it. Because it'll stretch differently. And so I'm just finishing the way I started.
All right, Jim Visithin is just trying to confuse me. Latitude is north and south. Longitude is east and west. Remember, longitude is long, running from pole to pole.
Oh.
Well, no, that's not what you said. You said longitude runs east to west, which means it doesn't go pole to pole.
Oh, that's true.
So that's why I say Jim is just trying to confuse.
Because pole to pole would be north to south? No?
Amanda
Don't start
Feltner.
me to lying. This is going to be so cute, you guys.
Amanda Feltner says, born and bred Bengals fan. You have to give the Browns credit this year. Yeah, the Bengals were bad for a very, very, very long time. So I was glad to see them have success this last few years.
I'm going to break the rules, you guys. I'm going to sand this while my paper is still wet. I'm not worried about getting a super clean edge, though, because I'm going to end up having to overlap a little bit anyways, because I have to start a new strip.
Ooh, here you go, Marie E. Price Miller. I want to thank you, Royce. I've been a viewer for some time now. Yes, that's true. And you inspired me to give doing projects a chance. Well, now I'm about to rent a small space in a great shop
Ooh.
and begin to sell my items.
Awesome.
75 years
Congratulations.
old and have to tell you you're never too old to do what you love. Thank you, Royce. You gave me the courage.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys have no idea. It warms my heart when I hear things like that. Because, you hope that you have impact in your life, but you never really know. So, I'm excited for you. I would encourage you to find a group with like somebody who can help you. I have 2 retailers that I know have groups. One is Sonnet. I believe she has a group, and Sonnet has like 6 booths, 5 booths. I don't know how she does it. Like when she made the announcement that she quit her full-time job, I was astonished because I couldn't figure out how she did everything that she does and had a full-time job. But I know that she has a group where they talk about like having booth spaces and how to set them up and what works and all that stuff. And then I believe Sammy with Unicorn Dust also has a group. Those are the 2 that I know about. But it's nice when you get into a group where there's like-minded people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, because you can learn things from somebody else's mistakes, which is always what I like to do. Because I am in like 4 different business groups because I'd rather just learn than to stumble forever.
Irene Garcia, green butterflies represents my granddaughter's disorder. I'm not even going to try and, I'll give it a shot. Arteriovenous malformation. A congenital disorder creates a web of entangled arteries and veins that can rupture, extremely catastrophic.
Oh.
She's 13 and loves to doodle. Will be getting a computer that she will work with her eyes this Tuesday, eye-gazing computer.
Oh, wow.
Creativity at its finest with modern technology. I love that every disability has an ability. And green butterflies represent the AVM awareness group.
I did not know that.
Very cool.
That's really cool that she still gets to create. That's pretty awesome.
And yes, Chris Schmidt says, my bad. Hams is Minnesota. Liney's is Chippewa Falls. No worries.
Look, I want these numbers right here, you guys. And I want those gears over there too, but I'm not going to be able to get both, so.
All right, Jim clarified latitude is east to west, longitude is north to south. Thank you, Jim. I could look it up, but
You can Google it.
let you guys do it.
I guess young folks don't use Google the way we do. That's the word on the street.
Shoot, I use it to spell.
I do too. Although Google's changed though. They used to be where you went on there and it just led you to your information. Now people can buy, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to be seen first in a search.
I don't care about that. I just want it to auto-fill.
No. I just mean as far as like using it to get information or to find stuff.
I tend to use it for very specific purposes. Mm-hmm. So I kind of know what I'm asking about. But even then, you're right. Sometimes it's really difficult. And I miss the pages. Now it just keeps scrolling down forever.
Oh, as opposed to going to the next page and the next page.
Yeah, you would get like, 6, 8 results.
Yeah.
And that was great, because then I knew, okay, just go to page 2. Page 1 is all the placements.
That's probably why they changed.
It's exactly why they changed it, but yeah. Let's see. Susan Glazer, the Gulf Stream that warms Florida also warms the UK. Makes sense.
Oh.
I knew it was the ocean, but Debbie Anderson, I picked strawberries in Oregon with my mom and brother to earn money for a trip back home to Minnesota. I didn't make enough to go past the Idaho border. Sorry. Joan Volkman, shout out to my son who came over to help me organize my garage, which was overflowing with my stash, so now I can fit my van in there before it snows.
Oh, that's nice. Did he fuss at you the whole time? Because my boys give me a hard time about my stuff. Mom.
So, and you said why you're not misting the paper, right?
Yeah, I might miss this piece though. I just started that one without misting, and so I just finished the way I started. Because it is different. Like the paper will be different once you start misting. It stretches more. So I like to finish the way I start. I'm kind of scoring this so I know where I need to trim it a little bit because I don't want to have all this. So when I'm decoupaging, you guys, this part of the paper will be getting wet and it'll be stretching. And if you have this much of an overhang, I mean, you could mist it, but this part is dry and so it's not stretching. So you'll end up with like weird little stress marks. So I like to trim mine a lot closer than what I need, like 1/4 of an inch at the most. But if you have a bigger piece, you can just mist that piece too. It'll stretch too. But
Just for the record, you're going to get one thing maybe done.
I know.
You're not even getting close to 2,
I know.
let alone 3.
I
Because
know.
we're at 11 after 7.
I just looked up right now.
Okay.
I always remember there have been times where I've gotten 3 projects done, but they've been smaller projects, I guess. I'm always hopeful. I'm not going to be able to make a reel out of this video anyways, because this is just too big.
Pamela McDowell. Let's see. First, Carmen Dahmer. I really like a pencil paper with a dictionary.
Hey, Carmen.
I get that. When I started as a reporter, my desk contained a dictionary, a thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur, a thesaurus.
I still have my thesaurus.
Thesaurus. My AP style book, and a phone book. You always had a phone book on your desk.
You know what? I still have phone books just because you can find numbers that aren't listed anywhere anymore in the phone book. You know what I mean? I'm going to trim this.
So let's see. Pamela McDowell, I ask Alexa. Sometimes she just goes off on a tangent. I don't want an Alexa. I already think my phone is listening to me.
It is.
So I don't need Alexa. Who will talk back to me?
My thing just like comes on automatically. You know how it has the voice thing on there where you can talk to your phone? Like mine will randomly be like, "Can I help you?" No, I did not call you. Why?
Well, Android is not as quick to go to that. You have to do some things on an Android.
Well, Apple too, though.
No, Apple's pretty quick.
You don't know, baby. You don't even have an iPhone.
I do know. I got my tinfoil hat on right now, and I'm telling you right now. I know.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, they're listening.
Oh.
They're listening. Sheila Teagan, we finally have a crafters mall here.
Ooh.
They're going to charge $250 per month and taking a percentage of sales.
Ooh, ouch.
I can't afford $250 a month, would rather pay the percentage. We saw something yesterday that was really neat. Somebody took a storage unit and turned it into a indoor flea market.
Okay, when we say storage units, just to clarify, you guys know how sometimes you go to like a storage place and there's a whole bunch of storage units in it, like an indoor one. Well, they made it was like a mall, and each of the storage units were a storefront.
Which I thought was really cool.
I did too.
Angie Champagne says missed.
It's too late, Angie. I'm on a roll. I know. I don't know why I didn't miss tonight because I have been with almost all of my projects. But
Yeah, $250 is a lot of money.
$250 and like in my shop, it's 30%, but there's no rent.
Teresa Vitrino, you must say something close to Siri's name when she comes on. That's what they want you to think. That's how they get you.
Oh my gosh, I am totally winging it. You guys, so usually when I'm demonstrating decoupage, I'm like super cautious. And it's because I'm teaching you guys how to do it. But you guys know the deal. Once you learn how to do it, you're not that cautious. You just get her done. And so tonight's a get her done night. I'm sorry. So I'm breaking all the rules. I'm using a napkin instead of plastic wrap, which I'm sure somebody noticed that. But anything that's going to reduce the friction works, right? And this is what was on my table. So I'm using it. I'm making it work like Tim Gunn on Bravo. Actually, it's not on Bravo anymore, is it? You guys remember when Bravo used to be good? When you could watch like Cirque du Soleil or an indie film on there, or something like that. A musician. No, now it's all reality TV. My napkin is wet.
Alyssa Bricker-Visithan, for those of you that have a booth space, would you mind sharing your monthly cost? I can tell you, I've investigated one because I was thinking about selling some comics. And it's mainly geared towards young women. There's a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
clothing.
the shelf.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothing sales. But I was thinking if I threw comics in where young mothers are, maybe, you know, when mom goes in to look for some clothes, I could pick up some comics for the kids.
The kids would
Cheap.
probably end up jacking up your comics.
They
That's what
probably
happen.
would. But on the cheap, like a buck a comic.
Yeah.
You know, nothing crazy. And she was charging $25 a week plus a percentage. She said she was going to raise it because she was moving to a new space. But I don't know what she was raising it to.
Too.
I didn't think that was horrible.
I think it depends on, because if you're somewhere where there's a lot of foot traffic, then it's going to be higher, right? I mean, that's the trade-off. Because I know Trisha was all over the state, and her prices were different depending.
Right, and this is not a booth. It's literally
A shelf.
shelf.
Yeah.
You know, like a 4-tiered shelf. You get that space. I forgot what she told me it was. Is it like 12 inches wide and then...
I think it's a cool concept, though.
I do too.
Especially for a small community.
She said the biggest sales are used blue jeans.
Absolutely, I can see that.
And she said the college kids eat it up.
Oh, yeah. We see the college kids at Goodwill buying clothes.
Yeah, well, I did when I was in college.
Yeah,
Well, I
but-
tried. I couldn't find any that fit
I was going
me.
to say, we're tall people. Whoops.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably not going to trim this tonight because you guys ever notice whenever you decoupage, the medium will settle into, like there's a bead that settles here. And even if the rest of it's dry, there's still moisture. I really want this to cut really clean. So what I'll do is I'll take my X-Acto knife and I'll just, where is my X-Acto knife? I think it's in the house. So we'll pretend like this is my X-Acto knife because I think my X-Acto knife is in the house. But I like to rest my blade against, like there's a little bump right here. That way it can guide it and I'll get like a nice trim that isn't all whopper jaw. Because if I try to go this way, I might move and my cut will be different. So I lay my X-Acto knife down so I can press against the side and then I cut it that way. But if there's any kind of moisture in there, it's going to tear instead of cutting. So I'm going to be patient because I'm going to try to do a better job of finishing my projects really nicely so I can take them to the shop.
Marie E. Price Miller. I was kidding around one night, asked Siri if her husband was having an affair.
Oh my goodness.
Siri informed us it was none of our business.
See what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what's going on inside of them interwebs with all this AI. They probably have a whole,
Melinda Penberthy. One time was talking, not thinking. My voice, I was using my voice text, and my little dog, which is a Yorkie, started barking. I just happened to look down at my phone, and my text message was F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb,
Oh
F-bomb.
my.
And Siri on my phone was picking up the barking as the F word, and it just kept saying it over and over, typing it on my phone as the text message. Thank goodness I looked down before I hit send.
Before you send. Oh my gosh. Sometimes my phone will just start randomly listening to me and it'll start texting.
You said her name, and now she's here. Trisha Garrett's watching.
Oh, hey, Trisha. It'll start listening to me and start typing out what I'm saying. I'm like, no. No. I've been sent an accidental text to somebody. That is not okay. No, I was just saying Trisha used to travel all over the state, and so it depends. Different stores have different...
Yeah, she was in a couple of different stores, right?
Yeah, she's crazy. She already knows. She
She
knows
had
I
a
call her
product,
crazy.
in a couple of different stores.
Yeah.
And booth spaces.
Well, because she had up north and in Phoenix, and I think she was in Tucson for a little while. Although she thought I was crazy when I told her that I was going to start a decoupage company too. Neither one of us discouraged each other, though. We didn't. But in our mind, we've had this discussion. We were just like, okay. So it's funny. Trisha Garrett is a friend of mine here locally, and we both started by picking and repurposing and selling things, but we just took a very different route in our businesses, which I think it's funny.
which is a wonderful store. If you're ever in the area, you have to stop and check out.
Which the ladies who came to the retreat, they know because they got to go to the store.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was so beautiful. This is my favorite part, you guys, is this end right here. The roses would have been so pretty. Oh, yeah, we have to do a giveaway. Okay.
You want to do one on TikTok?
TikTok is hard. I think that's where a lot of my the ones that were never claimed came from. I think I sent a couple off to TikTok, but a couple never. TikTok is very transient. People kind of come and go. They don't really stick around.
All right. Then I'm going to go back to
YouTube. Yeah.
And I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick one.
I don't know what's in this one.
It is Flea Brown.
Flea Brown. Oh my goodness, Flea. Flea has been wanting to win something for a while now. So, oh, how cute. It's a clipboard, Flea. This was one of the ones from when we were doing our layered projects for those 6 weeks in June and July. And then a spring blocks decoupage paper. Just in time for spring. And there's a little tag on here that I made too. It says, "You got this." So, and Flea, I hope your hand is healing quickly. Is Kim here? Kim Comp Rogers?
I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen her tonight. So this is Flea's. I'm writing your name right here on the packet so I don't lose a little paper or something. ¿Qué hora es? It's 7:22. That was fast. Did I talk about everything I was supposed to talk about, babe? So I'm going to set this aside, but you guys can this is it. This is all I'm going to do. I'm going to paint the inside though, because I'm going to take it down to the shop. And so I have to finish it really nice. So I'll paint the inside. I'll probably pick a cream that's close to this cream for the inside when I paint it out. And I'm going to leave that red though. I think that's really cool. And these little rusty bits, I'm going to leave those. And of course we taped off this bottom. So that'll be rusty. And even the bottom, I sprayed it really, really good. But I don't know. I think because I'm taking it to the shop, I'll probably paint that too. But if I was keeping it, I would leave that rust there.
Marie E. Price Miller, will you show us up close the edges of the project so we can see them, how to do them properly?
The edges?
The edges.
I didn't trim them yet, so there's nothing to really see yet because it's not dry enough. Like the medium always settles in these little spaces. So I'm going to be trimming it right here. And what I was saying earlier was instead of holding my blade up like this and trimming, I'm going to be laying it down and pressing it against this little ledge so that this ledge can guide my X-Acto knife so I can get a nice straight cut as opposed to trying to go straight down like this and cut, because I'll end up with something jagged. But I really do want to make sure that I get a nice clean cut right here. So I'm not going to try to cut it right now because I know there's still moisture in there. And if I try to cut it while it's still moisture, the paper will just tear instead of cutting and I won't end up with a nice clean edge. So I'm just going to sit this aside.
Flea says her hand is doing well. Flea says her hand is doing well.
Oh, good.
And Marie said she meant the sides.
The sides. Oh, the edges. It's overlapped just a little bit, and I didn't want to do it either while it's wet. I'm gonna wait until those dry. I did the other ones. I just sanded them off just like you would do any other edge. But I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'll go in and tack it down really good, and then I'll trim it later. I just want to make sure everything is nice and dry so that all of my my transitions are nice and flat and smooth. So it's there. It's not overlapped all the way, but it's okay. I'm going to wait and then I'll go in and tack it down. I don't like it when my paper overlaps because I feel like you can see the image underneath it. So I'm going to have to be really focused so that I can trim that just right and then put it down. But these corners, I wrapped them. So I didn't have to, there was no transition. I just wrapped it around.
So Joan Volkman says, I had the idea of buying a motel, renting each room to crafters, artists, or vintage vendors. So it's like their own little shop. Each room has a bathroom and sink, so they can have shop hours.
That would be really cool. That's like, what is it called in Tucson? The Metal Arts? I need to go back over there. I have not been there since COVID.
And Becky had just put in this one statement. You have a shop. I don't know if she's asking if you have a shop.
I don't have a shop. My friend Trisha Garrett owns a shop on our main street here in town. And she has, the last time I talked, I think she has like 68 vendors.
Oh, no, she's got upward of 90.
Oh,
Not
she is
all, not all of them are in the store at any given time,
yeah.
but she has upwards of 90 vendors. That she
Okay,
works with.
so there are 90 vendors in her shop, and the way that they do their shop is you drop your stuff off and you tag it, and they merchandise everything. So it's not like booth spaces. So the store is beautiful because everything is just put where it needs to go to look good and to like be merchandised well.
So if you've made something, the stuff you've made isn't necessarily going to be next to the stuff you made.
No,
But
they're gonna put it wherever it like.
the few things you have, because generally you don't put made stuff in there.
I have a lot of furniture in there.
Do you have there in there now?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I have
I was
a
going to say your
pew.
paper and some paint and stuff like that. That's shelved together.
Oh yes, that's in a shelf together. But it's funny because I actually not furniture. George and I upcycle and repurpose stuff, but I don't know why. It's just too hard to record that stuff. So like I have the card catalog coffee table, the card catalog console table. There's a church pew in there, and there's the one bench that I made out of the 3 chairs. I think. Well, actually, I have quite a few of the larger pieces in there. I think one of them sold though, because I had a big deposit last week.
Oh, good.
I never go check my
All right.
account. So.
You're at 90 minutes right now.
I'm at 90 minutes.
You are. So, do you want to stop here and do this next one? Because we could actually do, because you're doing what, a second coat?
Yeah, I'm just putting down a coat of white. I really didn't want to decoupage over the gray. Yeah. Well, why don't we save the rest for next week since we have more projects to go?
And we've got more giveaways, so we'll do more giveaways next week.
We'll do more giveaways next week, and we'll do more projects next week.
And this is perfect because Amanda Feltner says, I have my dad's old tackle box.
Ooh.
I'm curious if I can do something similar to it, even though it's plastic.
Yes. So this is plastic. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Like, is the premise of everything we're doing is that you can decoupage just about any surface, even glass. Sonnet decoupaged windows today, as a matter of fact, on her page. And so tonight I was very strategic. I have a plastic project, like the one in my hand, a metal project, which is a tackle box, and then we have the wood project. So all I did was I just sanded this down a little bit, the surface, just to give it some tooth. And then I put a layer of primer. So that primer is going to grip on there to make sure that I don't have issues with adhesion. And so I'm just putting a coat of white paint over this to lighten it up some more. But so we'll decoupage this plastic next week, and you'll see it's literally the same. So just a few extra steps, prime it. If it was plastic, I would just say you might want to do a coat of primer first, just to make sure you don't have any issues with your paint sticking. But other than that, everything else is going to be the same. So I think that's it. I feel like I forgot to talk about something important tonight, babe.
Well, we did early, so for anybody who joined us late, membership.
Oh, if anybody had, I was going to ask if anybody had questions about the membership, because I know I had one person who emailed me because she had questions, specific questions like, what are we going to be doing exactly? You know, what is it going to look like? So I'm going to be teaching specific lessons in the membership, but a lot of it's going to be around not just creating, but creating confidently. Because I think for a lot of us, that's the part that holds us back. We don't try something new because we don't think we can do it. When I think we can all agree, in order for us to learn something new, we have to be brave enough to be bad at something first. So we'll all be bad at stuff together.
I have to say this because Trisha was on. I don't know if she still is. You were crossing your hands just now. You're folding your hands, and they could see your ring. And I told Trisha, the ring that you're wearing.
Oh, my, I know, look at my Christmas present. It's a silverware ring with an R in it.
It's not your Christmas present. It's your birthday present.
Oh.
So I told you that.
I didn't hear that. I just saw the ring.
did.
I've had it on since you gave it to me.
know.
I love this ring.
Because you got you cleaned. Santa was good to you.
I know.
Santa was very good to you. And I got that for you, but I didn't think I was going to have it in time for Christmas. So when it came in literally like 2 days before, I was like, okay, don't say anything about it to Royce. I'm going to give it to her for her birthday because your birthday's just
in
a
a
few
couple
weeks after.
Yes.
But I saw it and I knew that you wanted it. So Royce got her birthday present early. So Tricia, if you're watching, you can comment on the ring. Haley did it for me.
She made the ring. And so, yes, I do love this ring. And I have big hands, you guys, like really big hands. So for me to have a ring that fits on my pointy finger is a big deal because my hands are just big. I was the middle blocker in high school for volleyball. So I have big hands. And so I would almost have to have a custom ring to be able to have one. I wanted one for my thumb too.
Rita Burnett Laws asks for the membership, when does first payment come due?
As soon as you register, your payment will come out, and then it'll come out at the same time each month after that, close to the end of the month.
And Jean Higginbotham asks, if you need to stop a membership, can that be done?
Absolutely. Just because you sign up for the membership, you're not like, we're not making any kind of...
This isn't a cell phone plan. You're not dialed in for 2 years.
Yeah, you're not dialed in for 2 years. You're not having to sign anything in blood or anything. If you come into the membership and you figure it's not for you, you can just...
Or circumstances change. They
yeah.
You know.
Then you can, stop your membership at any time. I will say if you come in as a founder and you decide to leave the membership, if you come back, you will have to pay like the regular price. So the founder price stays the same as long as you're continuously in the membership.
I love that. I'm not kidding. I really like that because that rewards a loyalty.
Oh, I'm in a business group right now, and my founder price is like 20% of what people are paying now. I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving because I don't want to have to pay, the new price now.
Yeah.
So, but it does. And I am...
Angie says, great blocking hands.
Right? Exactly. And you guys, inside the membership, like I'm going to have everyone do like a pre-project. We're going to do the same, like one of our exercises. It's not the project, but one of our exercises is going to be the exact same exercise from month to month to month because I want everybody to be able to see, you'll be able to implement what you learn. And so I think after like 3 months, when you look at the first project versus like, even after the first month, I think you're going to see a big difference in just how you approach it and how you do it. And so from month to month, you guys will see how the information is going to change how you approach your creations. And I have it set up with like multiple exercises in a project because my like heart's desire is that you'll learn the thing and then you'll internalize it, and then you'll get to a point where you won't even have to think about it. It's just what you include in all you're creating all the time. And it just becomes second nature, and that's where you're going to see the growth. So,
because you're doing a founder's price,
yes.
Are you announcing that, or is that only when you sign up?
Well, they can, so we were...
Because I've got somebody asking how much is it?
It's $27 a month.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Yeah, but it's when the email went out, though, the price is on there so they can see it. Someone is asking if you can join later. So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking people until the end of January, and then the group will be closed because my founders are going to help me to kind of perfect the membership, and then we'll open again later. But when we open again later, it's going to be a higher price because there's a lot. I feel like I'll be hanging out in the group all the time. And then I also have a group manager too to make sure that we're there to answer questions. I feel like I'm pretty hands-on anyways in my spaces. If any of you guys are like in my besties group, I try to answer every single comment that you guys put in there. So at a membership level, it's going to be even more than that. So there's going to be a lot of engagement, not just between us, but between you guys and other people in the membership, between myself and Leanne, who is so nice. She's so nice. She's so wonderful. She's my, she's going to be in the group too, making sure you guys are taken care of. And then a lot of you have met Brenda already, who've taken my courses, who handles like all of the technical stuff with the courses. And so she'll be in there. So the level of engagement and attention inside of the membership is going to be way more than it is in any of my other places.
And Debbie Beauchamp, I hope I pronounced that right, says, where do I go to sign up?
Debbie, are you an insider, Debbie? You know what, baby? Do you have
Hashtag.
Is Debbie are you on Facebook or?
On Facebook.
Oh, you know what, Debbie? Put hashtag insider in the comments and you'll get a message from Facebook to tell you how to sign up to be an insider so that you get the email. And I'm going to have Brenda send out a new email for the wait list. And the reason that I'm doing it like this, you guys, is because I really want people. I have a lot of followers, right? But not everybody is really engaged. And in order for this membership to be good, I want the people who are like really engaged. And so that's why we kind of did it the way we've done it.
There's a lot of people that see this, but they don't see it tonight. They see the replay. They plan their time to see it. I'm that way.
But they're still engaged though. Like I know I have. No, I know. I haven't seen her for a while.
But they're not interacting with us live.
Oh yes.
So, one last question before you sign off. If you do old windows, do you check for lead first?
Girl, I spray everything. If I am concerned about something like having lead or something, I'll just spray it with this clear coat right here and then I'll move forward from there. Because then I'm just like, coating it. And I am not an environmentalist or a scientist. I am not giving you like any kind of legal advice or health advice on how you should handle it. But that's all I do. I probably don't follow all the rules though. But I just spray it with the clear spray paint to encapsulate it. And then that way I don't have to worry about it.
Depending on what the piece is, you do a lot. Like there's some stuff that you'll hit with vodka, with alcohol.
Well, yeah. Usually that's open wood that's stinky.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's an alcohol. So you're using an alcohol to...
Well, I clean everything I make, but she's asking specifically about lead paint. That's something specific. So even if I clean it, that paint is still going to be there.
Well, you strip a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but not everything. A window. I like the chippy paint, so I like to leave it. So usually with the old windows, the paint is like beautifully chippy and you can see all the layers from years of people painting it. And I like to preserve that. So I just encapsulate it behind the clear coat, and then that way I don't have to. It's not chipping off. I'll sand off anything that's chipping off or take off anything that's chipping off. But then I just seal it behind that and I leave it.
Debbie, do not put a space between the pound sign and insider.
Yeah, put it all together. Hashtag insider.
You won't get the DM.
Yeah.
It's got to be hashtag insider, no spaces.
Yes.
So. And
if you guys are on TikTok, if you're still here, you're actually listening, you guys can look in my link in bio and you'll see the link to become a Roycycled Insider. YouTube, I'm going to put a link because YouTube, I have to go do it. And being a Roycycled Insider, we have already made, you guys will get monthly resources, and it can be anything from 10 ways to not get wrinkles in your decoupage to, I'm trying to think of what I gave, what I've done in the past. So there are different resources to help you grow in your creative journey. And so you guys will get that once a month. We are preparing for our spring launch, which is kind of late this year, I know, but we're in transition. So the insiders will get to see the spring designs first before anybody else sees them. You guys get any kind of, during Black Friday, I did not even advertise my sales outside of my Roycycled Insiders. So only Roycycled Insiders got coupon codes to save. So there's a lot of benefits for being an insider.
And Carmen Daumer wants you to make sure that she signed up.
Oh, okay. I will double. Are you going to sign up, Carmen? Oh my gosh.
She thinks she did. That's
okay. I was going to see if Carmen will come and teach it. I don't even know what I want you to teach, Carmen, but I want you to teach something because Carmen is awesome. She knows so many things.
Deborah Allen, I don't worry about lead paint. I'm 68. I grew up teething on it.
I was talking to somebody young about that.
You probably did, thinking about it, because I know.
Well, that was the whole point. There were a lot of kids.
On cribs. You chewed on the crib.
Yeah.
And if it was painted with a lead-based paint, you were chewing on it.
I know. I was talking to somebody younger, and they were just looking at me with like wide eyes. I forgot what we were talking about because there were no car seats, there were no helmets. I mean,
my little cousin slept in the back window.
I was slept there too.
Did you?
I did. I was the youngest of the cousins.
She's the same age as you, so that's you.
Yeah. Or I was sitting on the hump in the middle, in the front.
I had an uncle that would let me drive on his lap.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My grandpa would let me drive his pickup truck on his lap. We would drive to Phoenix. You guys, from Safford to Phoenix, it used to be 4 solid hours. Now it's like 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours. And through the mountains And it was only 2 lanes for like 90% of the mountains. And we would take that trip in the back of my grandpa's pickup. In the back. I always got to sit right behind on the window though, because I was the youngest and I was a girl.
It's cold up in that mountain.
I know.
All right.
But anyways, that's all we have tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys next week. I'm going to work. Oh, I do have 5 people who ordered last week for the sale that I announced that I haven't gotten orders out. They will go out tomorrow. I promise. I'm going to go inside and get those out and get them in the mail tomorrow. And I'm going to take these in the house so I can get those out too. And if you guys have any question about the membership, please don't hesitate to ask. You can send me a DM on Facebook or on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, you can just email me at contact us. It's all one word at roycycle.com. And I'll answer questions for you. And I think that's it. Alrighty. You guys have a blessed week and we'll see you next week.